Wow,
Oh.
we're live on YouTube.
Candles.
Hello. Hello. We're just trying this for the first time because we've never done it. And we just went live on Facebook. I'm here with my sister, Nicole Smith-Hall.
Hello.
Educator extraordinaire, but also mompreneur. Charlie, don't do that. Charlie's going to come over and say hello to people. But it is our dad's birthday and also my sister's 3rd year in business. Yay. Hey.
Hello.
Joshua. That's Joshua. He's so awesome. He's everywhere. You're so awesome, Joshua. Thank you so much for everything you do. You're always so supportive. Like, seriously. We're just trying out YouTube Live because we always do Facebook. But now because I'm on
How
YouTube.
do you access the YouTube Live though? So when your video comes on.
That's a great question that we'll probably have to do later. You have to go to YouTube and then go to my channel, which is the A.D.S agency. Obviously, if you're here, you know that now.
Or who's your friend that just popped on? And you should tell us how. Can you comment?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Joshua says, thank you for sharing the awesome content. Can you hear us okay? You can hear us and see it. Yay, awesome.
Oh, it says we're live, but I think they have to be subscribed to you.
Well, if you're not subscribed, you should be subscribed.
Yes.
Because my sister is not subscribed. Like,
I clearly am
why?
because it's saying that you're live on my phone.
What did you say?
Can hear you fine.
Can hear you fine. Awesome. Thank you. So we're just here live. We just did live on Facebook and we thought, let's just try YouTube Live for the first time. Even if, like we just are talking to you, Joshua, it's awesome because you're awesome. Like seriously, he's so extra supportive, helpful, for real. So Joshua, the content today is so simple. It's just a simple conversation. It's a cool question, but it's a very interesting question that I'm still thinking about. I mean, we're just still contemplating this question ourselves, right? So
yes.
First, let us introduce ourselves real fast for those who are watching this now or in the replay. I'm Andrea with the A.D.S agency, here to bring you the very best in marketing and branding tips, as well as business tips for those of you who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, personal branders,
Mompreneurs.
Mompreneurs, like my sister. Welcome. So glad to have you here, Joshua, you especially. And this is my fabulous sister, Nicole Smith-Hall of Charleigh Rocks. She's a mompreneur, yes, so that's her business.
Yes.
Yes, but she's also a awesome educator. Our light just went out. Thank God we have backup lights.
I know, and that we still look really good with them.
So this is my sister's first time with the beauty ring. We have a beauty ring light, and so she's like, I told you look fantastic in the beauty ring light. So it's probably even better actually without that light, even though now it's dark over here. So in any case, Charleigh Rocks is a jewelry and handmade purses business. Charlie, this is the real Charlie over here. Come over, say hello real fast. She took her hair bow off, that's okay. This is the real Charlie, who's our little niece. She's so fun. Say hello.
Hello. Well, my daughter.
Her daughter. Oh, my niece, her daughter.
Our little niece.
She just won Little Miss Pearl with the Kappa Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Joshua says hello. Say hi, Joshua.
Hi, Joshua.
Can you say bonjour?
Bonjour.
And hola. You love Spanish. Okay, go. Okay, Charlie, go this way and see if you can find one of your mom's purses.
There's one right there. Get that one off.
Careful. All right, okay. This is precarious. So we're in my sister's home right now, if you can't tell. Just going live from her home. Yay, thank you, Charlie. All right, and this, should I hold it like this? Look at how fun this is, like fringy thing. So my sister actually sews these purses. They're amazing. Like, look at this.
Thank you.
Awesome, super detailed. She makes this, like seriously sews it. So you show it off and tell us about it.
Oh yeah, so.
This is not all infomercial about my sister. I just want to tell you about what she does.
This is Kim, and they all get named. Usually my kids help me name them, but they didn't help me name this one because they don't know much about the show A Different World. And she was named after Kim Reese off of A Different World. So we always like to give them fun names, and we add super cute detailing like fringe or leather detailing across the top. And we try to include some kind of fun liner and pocket on the inside of them. So when you go to pay your dinner bill, you can be happy when you open your purse up. So you can find us on my website at charleighrocks.com in our So Original line.
So original, like you're sewing. It's so cute.
Thanks. So sisterly approved by the A.D.S agency, my name.
Yeah, so Charleigh Rocks is all about fashionable, extra awesome jewelry. Like, she just has an awesome range of jewelry. And then these handmade purses, which are so phenomenal. Look at that range. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna take that home. Just kidding.
Okay, sorry.
So the question today is all about, well, first tell us how you're doing. We were asking everybody on Facebook, and we're going to ask you, how are you doing today on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being awesome, and 1 being ugh. So 5, you're awesome. 1 is ugh. Can we start over today? Tell us how you're feeling in the comments below. Even if you're on the replay, go ahead and do that. That's cool. And the question today comes from this book that I'm like seriously so in love with. It's so funny, and I'm sorry if this is backwards on, because it's live. But it's the 4-Hour Work Week. He says, Joshua says 3.5. That's fair. You're like the most honest person today. Everybody on Facebook was like 5.
And I'm over here trying to keep my eyeballs open, trying to lie like, yeah, 5. No, 1. I'm going to sleep.
You can just go to sleep right here.
On this one, okay. Maybe osmosis will read it too. The fuzzy. Okay.
I super love this book because I'm getting so much out of it. It's called the 4-Hour Work Week, which sounds like such the hokey title, like 4 hour, like who does work in 4 hours in a week? But the idea, you actually start reading it, it's so fascinating and it's hilarious. Like, it's seriously, I read it to the bar and wherever, and I just giggle to myself like all the time reading this book because it's so funny. Like, he's so funny for real. And so I wish I could tell you about one of the funny things, but I'm not so great at funny. So anyway, the question, the serious question in this book that we love is and there's many very thought-provoking things in this book that I wish I could just talk all day to you about. But the one we're talking about today is, what would you do if you had $100 million? And this is not, you can tell us all the fun stuff because, of course.
Like buy a muscle car?
A muscle car?
Yes, definitely.
Define muscle car.
So, like an old Firebird would be nice. An old Mustang would be nice. But souped up, of course. So I could look super cute getting out of it because I have issues with getting out of short cars.
Did you post that video?
I did not. I didn't even see the video. I don't think I saw the video. I don't even know if I have enough memory on my phone to handle.
So the other day, my sister and I were we were doing dinner. We did dinner together. Did this rosé tasting and ended up doing dinner together, and that was so funny.
Getting out of a car.
Yeah, she was getting out of my car, which she was like, "Your car's so low to the ground," and
the talls. We like to have taller cars, especially talls like myself who wear high heels.
She is tall. She's like 5'11".
Yes, and then when I add high heels to that, I'm clearly even tall. Ooh, Mustang, Challenger, Charger. Yeah, Bernie. So getting out of a short car is like folding yourself out of a car. It's always an episode to try to remain cute getting out of a short car. So.
Yeah, so I recorded her getting out of my car, and I'm going to post that sometime.
Definitely an episode.
She's basically complaining the entire way of, she's folding, getting herself squeezing out of this car with this other car next to her. In any case. So the question is, if you had $100 million in the bank, what would you do with it? And this is after, of course, we were just talking about the fun stuff you would do. Of course, there's tons of fun stuff. You'd buy a million things, private jets, and yachts.
Someone on Facebook said a private jet.
Yeah, someone said private jet on Facebook and all this. So you can tell us the fun stuff you would buy. Of course, you're going to pay off all your debt.
You would buy outside at your house.
She's laughing at me because we were just talking about, so my dream home, these are one of my material things I would get. Not that this is what this question is about. The question is, after you satiate all your material desires that you have, which are plentiful for all of us, I'm sure. Oh no, we're fuzzy.
Just touch it.
Yeah, touch it.
Okay.
Yay, we're
The
back.
calls have long arms, and we can't do that.
Yeah, you could just touch the screen all the time. So what were we saying? Oh yeah, $100 million in the bank. Oh yeah, so after you get all the fun stuff, and you sleep forever, and you travel the world and whatever, and you've just done everything on your bucket list, and you're still alive, you didn't die falling out the plane, and
trying to complete your bucket list,
and everything you want to do with yourself, then you can't primp on camera all the time.
It's new curls.
So one of my LinkedIn friends got on me about that. He was like, "Stop playing with your hair on a video."
Well, it's kind of. I mean, it's just new curls. When you see them on camera, you can primp them.
So she is. I'm gonna get her on camera more, so she's a little more used to it. But you can play with your hair. That's okay. So in any case, what would you do after all that's said and done? Then what would you do with yourself? And that is the fun question we've had on Facebook, and we wanted to bring it here to you on YouTube. Let us know what you think about that one particular question. What would you do if you had $100 million in the bank? And the obvious things are, of course, you're going to pay off all your debt, and of course, you're going to like buy every fabulous thing you ever wanted to get for yourself. That's not more than $100 million.
And most people wanted to save the world, so.
Yeah, so that was the conclusion we got from Facebook. Is most people want to help other people. They had the best ideas in the world of, you know, they want to go to Italy and set up this big center for people, and
a lot of empowerment for girls. Yeah,
a lot of empowerment, things people wanted to do. Our sister said she wanted to do transition housing for, was it women?
For women.
For women. So she did women's studies at FSU and is very interested in transition housing for women in particular, which was awesome. What else was out there? What other ideas?
There were a lot of girl empowerment, middle schools that will empower girls to teach self-care.
Yeah.
And
your idea?
What?
What was your idea?
Caroline's idea. Oh yeah.
Caroline's cousin Caroline had a good one. It was like STEM.
She did. It was adding more technology for young girls of color. Wasn't it? In schools?
STEM, science.
Then we had somebody wanting to build a music school that incorporate technology into music, and a lot of good ideas to help, especially the next upcoming generation. Many of those ideas were for that. No worries.
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't know why it goes fuzzy on us like that. That's interesting. This is our first time using it.
Mostly on YouTube though. Didn't really on Facebook do that much.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, we don't know the answer to that question yet. And Vernon and Joshua, feel free to is this
the down? It looks like more conversations now.
Oh,
after
sorry,
paying off all my debt. Yes.
Joshua says
Sally me.
Yeah, read his comment.
We did. After paying off all
debt, I would invest in community outreach programs before and after school program and education.
Yes, somebody please tell the government that after school programs are very necessary.
Sorry, we have to keep doing this to see yourself. After paying and Vernon says, after paying bills, I would like to own several businesses and try to level up to a billionaire.
I hear that, but you're also employing other people, so he's still helping. He's creating jobs.
So he's talking about serious wealth. Go higher with it. I mean, how much leverage do you have with $100 million? That's a serious leverage, for real. So I like that. That's our business-minded thinker. And love your thoughts also, Joshua. Sorry that it took us forever to see that. I don't know why. We're not used to YouTube. Did you just yawn on camera?
Yes.
So this is like the real life of a real educator.
Mompreneur life.
So yeah, talk to us for 2 seconds about, that was that question on Facebook. I was trying to think of it earlier. Somebody said, can you have it all? As a mompreneur, a guy asked this question, as a mompreneur, can you have it all? You can define it all as how
I know, seriously, what is it all? I think it all, it's different, varies for different people, because it all for some people does not include kids and and day-to-day life of raising a family or being a teacher.
Sorry, I have to keep doing this to see your comments. Educators make the best entrepreneurs.
Ooh, why so burning? Please elaborate on that.
Yeah, educators make the best entrepreneurs. But yeah, can mompreneurs have it all? And I would say that's like, mompreneurs are a special case. I would say, can anyone have it all? You know,
But not just any mompreneur, because there are mompreneurs who have careers that aren't just, you know, not want to say just stay-at-home moms, because stay-at-home moms do a lot as well.
I was just talking to one this morning.
And I could not do it because I tried to teach my son one time in science camp, and I was like, get him out my classroom. So being with him all day.
This woman I talked to this morning, she's in our networking savvy class that I was telling you about, the lady from Italy who's leading this networking savvy class, which is so fun. Marie Fatoni. And so this lady I was chatting with, she's from like Maryland. We did a virtual coffee this morning, like via Zoom,
neat.
which is neat. Like, yeah, it was video chatting. And
Coffee.
yeah. And so she's a mompreneur, but she had been a stay-at-home mom for like over a decade. And then at some point she like did lighting or something. She sold lighting. But now she's into like, you know, network marketing stuff. She's like doing nail stuff and whatever. But she's such a personable person. She's built up this team. You know how you get people to build teams and all that kind of thing. So she's doing that. But she's talking about her day. The point is talking about her day as a mompreneur. Like, she's getting all the kids up bright and early in the morning, doing breakfast and all that. She has just maybe a couple hours, 2-3 hours to herself in the morning that she can do business things, respond to emails, handle orders, blah, blah, blah. Then she's out the door for lunch. Then she's got to go pick up the kids. By the time, so the whole afternoon
rolls around very quickly.
Her whole afternoon is just bombarded with everybody else. She said, my afternoon is for everybody else. Mm-hmm. And then you're doing dinner for everyone, and you're all doing dinner, and then you might work out or not. And then you end up staying up till like midnight and 1 o'clock, and you do that.
I do. Hence my eyeballs right now. I do a lot. So I think having it all just, you know, is per situation, because my having it all is very long-term goal. So, for example, I know that Charleigh Rocks is not something I can leave education for and just be able to survive off of that income, although it's doing pretty good. But I know in my head, I'm planning by the time I can retire from education, then I want Charleigh Rocks to be, you know, rolling and moving and making money so that I can retire and not have to go greet at Walmart or somewhere, that I can just kind of be home and peddle my pearls all over the place.
Peddle my pearls. And I would pose a question to you, like, why would you think you can't grow that business like that now?
Well, some of it's time management, because, you know, I'm in education, which that takes time. Sometimes, you know, when you text me earlier, I was just getting home from work. We don't clock out at 3:15 ever. It's not very often that happens. And then I have responsibilities to that job, and then my kids are after school somewhere, and so I have to wait till they finish chess or whatever after school program they have. And I operate an after school program also, and so I have to wait for that to finish. By the time I get home, I have to cook, clean, everything else, and then once I get everybody in bed, then I can work on Charleigh Rocks. So having, you know, my business just blow up immediately, because it's only going to do what I put into it. I don't think that's possible, if that's the have it all definition. My have it all is more long-term planning versus a right now moment. So
I would tell you something interesting, and I keep bringing this book because I super love it.
Please let there be a secret to have it all right now.
I think this book does speak to that, because it talks a lot about what they call, and Joshua Vernon, if you're still there, I know there's a million books on your reading list, but please add this one if you haven't already, because I'm so in love with it, and I think you would get so much out of it, and I'd love to talk to you about this book. Anybody who reads this book, I want to talk to them about it. But one of the things it talks about is mini retirements, like doing mini retirements. Meaning, and I'm only like 40 pages in, and I super love the book, but I've heard the topic of mini retirements coming in a lot in the book so far. Mm-hmm. And so I thought you'd do that.
What?
She's like playing with her toes.
But then can't they see me? I've seen it. I hear a lot of good things about it.
Yeah. I am surprised, because again, you know, not to judge a book by its cover, but that seems impossible. The 4-hour work week, it seems like a hokey thing. Like, Nobody has a 4-hour work week, and you don't get to lay on the beach working 4 hours a week.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Because in America, we're trained to think, you know, you work hard, you save your money, you don't do all the lavishness, you don't basically enjoy life until 65 if you make it to 65.
Oh,
then
so horrible.
I mean, true. And then, I mean, everybody does this. I just saw somebody, a Facebook friend of mine, this is no lie.
Oh no, don't say it.
They did. At 56 years old, passed away. I have no idea what happened to him. I just saw it float across my screen the other day. And I've never met him in person, but I mean, I see his stuff all the time. We're like online.
Facebook friends.
Yeah, you're like online friends. And all of a sudden, like 56 years
Virtual
old.
friendships.
And there's this story of this lady who's, you know, this couple, and they had to be, if you ever read the book, The Millionaire Next Door, the premise of it is like, you could be two teachers, you know, like you and Wayne are essentially two teachers, scrimping and saving, and you just save all your dollars, and
Scrimping.
You just save all your dollars.
Uh-huh.
Just because it's funny. You save all your dollars for years and years and years, and you become a little millionaire next door, but you never enjoy life as it's going on. And this story of this couple that is just like that, two teachers saving forever and ever and ever. And the woman would go, like, just like you love fabric, she would go buy like all this
linen closets filled with fabric.
tons of fabric, thinking to herself that if I just save and keep this fabric, when it's time to spend that money that we saved, I'm going to turn all this fabric into fabulous outfits, and we're going to travel the world. And the problem is that she died before they got to do that. And I know it is horrid. It's a horrible story, but I remember that story so much because it's such the idea of the American dream that you save, and you don't live life right now. And if you do live life right now, shame on you. You should be saving that money. Yeah, that's how we're taught to think, for real. Like, though, you shouldn't have fun. Don't have fun right now because you're blowing your money, and you need to save that up for a bigger stuff. And so the premise of that story, and what's so sad, in addition to that, is that the woman, you know, she passed, as I said, the wife passed, and the husband could not bring himself to do anything with that fabric. I mean, what do you do? He couldn't touch it. He didn't want to throw it away. He didn't want to give it away because of what that pile of fabric represented. It represented all their dreams and all the fun they were supposed to have together, and they never got to do that because their whole life they were working so hard and trying to save so much, and they never got to enjoy life. And that is one, and that's so wrong.
Sad. That was
I'm sorry, such a downer.
Now I'm Wednesday 1.
So we were asking people, you can tell us in the comments below too how you're feeling today, although don't let that story affect how you feel. But on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being like awesome day and 1 being start over, how are you feeling? Let us know. But I love, because that's so wrong, right? That's just not right to go through life and do all the right things and you never actually get to enjoy. It's very much delayed gratification that you never get to enjoy. It's very much the sad dream deferred.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know, sorry.
Why are they living off this YOLO? Like I say YOLO all the time now. My students are always like, you say YOLO all the time because they'll be like, let's all try this chip and it smells disgusting. I'm like, you know what, YOLO, do it. Like, just eat the chip.
YOLO, you only live once.
Yeah, because of that same premise. Like, if I just wait on everything, I would have never started Charleigh Rocks or ever became a teacher or ever go to the beach or ever put toes in sand.
Yeah. So the point in this book is, which is the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, is that he talks a lot about mini retirements. And again, I'm only like 40 pages into the book.
But is there a real 4-hour work week that he actually breaks down? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And so...
Maybe it's on audio.
Probably. So in any case, I just wanted to share that with you because the idea that you do things in phases, and I think, I mean, I'm just guessing because I'm only 40 pages in, but Vernon, if you're still there, I think what he's talking about is you work real hard in your business, then you go away for like a month to Italy, or I keep saying Italy because we talked about Italy so much today.
Right.
But, you know, go to Japan for a month and do something awesome as a little mini retirement, then come back and work for 2 months and then go away. You know, so it's all this idea of recharging, rejuvenating, and not just work and wearing ourselves down so much. It's have some fun while you're alive and can still do it, you know? Like, while we're young and pretty, go have fun.
I do feel like that. I feel like it's May Madness, especially for educators. If we're ending the school year, the kids are like, it's like full moon every day for them. Like, they're bouncing off the walls. And then
She's an educator.
Yes, and then we get home and we have to, our own kids are excited about it being the end of the school year, so they have clocked out and want to stay up all night and do stuff they shouldn't be doing during the school week. And I'm so tired, I'm like, do it, I don't care, YOLO. And
yeah, Ernest said true.
And so then it's trying to work on business, like you just feel worn down. I don't know, maybe it's like May is like a 2 month for me.
Well, it's very hard for
5.
educators, so yeah, so she's not in the best place at the moment.
But corporate America seems very different from
the
education
world.
Yes, it seems very different from the education world.
Yeah, I would say, you know, for those of us in corporate America, which I'm not technically anymore, but I still deal with businesses in corporate America, or otherwise corporate global.
Like, we get so much time off. Like, what do y'all do? Y'all take days off.
So as you know, in the U.S., a typical job starting out, you get 2 weeks, right, Vernon? Am I right? You get 14 days.
It's horrid.
So she's saying that's not my favorite word. That's horrid.
And YOLO.
Horrid and YOLO. It's like, this is what happens when you become a teacher. Your vocabulary gets reduced to words. Horrid and YOLO. So in any case, what were we saying about that?
Like taking days off from corporate.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you only get 2 days. So I used to never take any time, like never. And I would only just basically do long weekends, you know, like take a day and make it a 3-day weekend. You know, for Memorial Day, it's a 3-day weekend, take an extra day. You have like 4 days. Do you get days off for Memorial Day? Probably, yes, people still do.
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas in Europe, you know, I mean, when I went over to Scotland and worked over there, I got a whole month worth, like 30 days of holidays.
I feel like I'm living in the wrong country. Like,
I know, like,
I don't know why I'm still living in, like, here right now.
And that's to his point, like, if you could just pick up and, like, there's examples of families, you have families that went and sailed, like, halfway around the world from France to Australia and did it together, and, like, you know, they schooled their kids on the boat and all this stuff, but they talk about what that did for their kids as an experience, and like how they got to see all these different countries with their kids and everything, and you know, just living on a boat and like what that did for them. Like normally their kids would be fighting at each other's throats and everything, and on a boat they had to learn to like be patient. And
I'm sure their mom would be like, man overboard.
Be patient and give each other space and all that, and take turns, and they learned to love books, you know, because what do you do on a boat? You're not with the electronics all the time, so they learn to like really love the adventure of books, and it just did so much for them, you know. So, and they did that with like, I don't quote the figure, but something ridiculous, like under $10,000. It was like, you know, and that was probably 6 months or something. It's probably,
wow.
It's ridiculous, you know, and they found that through a program. So what I love about this is that this book talks about how wealth is relative. You know, like we think, when I get X amount of money, then I can do blah, blah, blah.
Right.
If I hit this number in salary, then I can do blah, blah, blah. And it's not actually true. Like, you can do a lot more with, this guy went from like doing $40,000 a year in a nothing job that everybody hates, you know, and then did something ridiculous like which I would never do, but something like sports supplement, whatever, and was doing $40K a month. Ridiculous.
A month?
Yeah, off of stupid sports supplements. Like, sorry, Joshua, because I know you got sports. I mean, I'm not a sports girl, as you know, but I'm just saying I would never do it. But yeah, the environment. But he did like 70K. Then he was doing like 70K a month, and but he was working himself so much to death. He was like, what do I do with myself? You know, like, what do I do because I don't have freedom of time. I have all this money, but I have to work like a dog to maintain all this. And he was starting to say to himself, like, even with all this money, it's not worth it to have to like work like a dog and not have no time for anything else. So his point is, time is the much more precious thing, and it's the thing we should be investing in. And the more time we can get for the things that we actually love to do, the things that excite us and pour into us and all that. I'm so sorry. Verse said, oh heck no, what's the use? Exactly. Like, it's just money for the sake of money, to the point. So that's the point. Like, why work yourself like a dog, and then you have no time for family, for friends, for fun, for, you know, you just are working for the sake of money. Like,
my
that's
very
so pointless.
sanguine personality has a hard time with this working all day, because I just want to go have fun somewhere, ride a bike or something.
Pareto principle. Joshua says Pareto principle. Exactly. What, Charlie?
It went down.
Okay.
Oh, we ran out of time.
Oh, she's so right. Charlie was like, it went down. She's trying to like not. She's trying to be quiet and tell us that our time was out. So
My mom be like, "Don't talk," and she's like,
Charlie, you're so good. Thanks
job,
for being such a
Charlie.
good girl. You can come back and say goodbye to everyone.
Says
Did
you
you
too.
like this? Was it fun?
Goodbye.
Sounded
She's
like a
like a
little.
lamb.
Sounded like a little. I was gonna say a goat there. Charlie, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good.
Okay, Vernon, Joshua, thanks so much for joining us. We were just like randomly trying this out. Joshua said goodbye.
I'm gonna put that
I
principal
would
up.
like to sing a poem.
Mm-mm.
What?
I would like to say a poem.
What poem? Do you really know one? Okay, is it cute? Is it? Okay, go ahead.
Chocolate berries in the sprinkle.
Wait. Do it in this mic. Here, come right here.
Chocolate berries and sprinkles. Cupcakes and more in sprinkles.
Oh, okay.
Ew, was that?
And that's a beautiful
Poetry.
haiku poem
Impromptu
inspired by these cupcakes that she's
Yummy
really looking
cupcakes.
at. You can have this cupcake, Charlie, even though it's for your mom. All right, thank you so much for joining us, Vernon, Joshua. Thank you. And we are giving away copies of this book, only 2. So I said 2. We'll give 1 to our Facebook audience and 1 to our YouTube audience.
So,
Although I'm not sure if there's, yeah, you
it's a
can
50-50 chance.
You can share this. YouTube can share this on Twitter. Actually,
neat.
it has a way to share on Twitter and Facebook. So whichever one you choose to do, we'll choose 1 person from YouTube and 1 person from Facebook. All right, and now we're gone for real. You guys are so awesome, and thanks for enduring our
Thanks for
very first
tuning in.
YouTube live, because we were just trying it.
So
So,
this is
Oh,
it was fun. Okay, thanks, Charlie, for kicking the camera. All right.
okay.
Bye. This is a sign that we should say goodbye. All right. Are you sure you want to stop streaming yet?